Hello dear ones, welcome to Tolla Volla and welcome to a super beautiful crochet scarf. Today I will show you a scarf with an interesting pattern that runs upward in a V shape. Here you can see the course of a row that forms a small V. And the whole thing is basically crocheted from double crochet stitches and chain stitches, so it's very simple. As a special extra, I have worked here with a gradient yarn double. Therefore, I'm starting here with two different colors. And the whole thing actually goes across here until it reaches a common color. How it all works, how the yarn is structured, you'll see now. The scarf will end up being about 2 meters long, slightly less. And you'll see how it's done now. Have lots and lots of fun with it. So my dears, let's start with the mega color gradient yarn here. We have a gradient from a very light blue shade to a dark blue. Inside we have the dark blue, outside the light blue. There are always 3 threads twisted together, especially here. In the middle part you can see it very well. I'll pull out one of these threads a little more. You can see it, we have 3 here. 3 threads, 3 elements, one slightly darker, the other 2 lighter, and that's how this yarn is structured. I'm actually going to set it up a little differently now. I will crochet it from both the outside and the inside simultaneously. First, some basics about the yarn. We have 100 grams for 250 meters length, 80% polyacrylic, 20% wool, actually for 6 to 7 millimeter needles. I find it a bit thinner, so I'm crocheting the whole thing double with my 10 millimeter needle, and I'm taking the outer thread here, and I make sure to get the middle out as much as possible. Scratch once, scratch once, scratch once. Ruby here. Get the thread from the inside and we have it here. So here you see both threads and they each consist of 3 individual strands, all in one color. One is all light, one is all dark, and it will the yarn changes in the course. I will of course show you that in more detail later, but first it starts with the 2 threads just as they are here, and I first chain 20 stitches as a base. Hold the thread on the needle as usual and make chain stitches. I already have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I skip the first 5 stitches of these 20 right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into the 6th stitch and crochet a double crochet there. Then I skip the next 2 stitches again and crochet into the 3rd stitch, so 1, 2 are skipped, and in the 3rd stitch I crochet 2 double crochets with a chain stitch in between. Chain stitch, and then the 2nd double crochet follows. Then I skip 2 chains again in my chain, insert the hook again, and this time crochet a total of 4 double crochets, double crochet, chain, then another double crochet in the same stitch. And in this stitch, I now work this V. So insert these 2 double crochets with the chain stitch in between once again, but I skip another chain stitch in between. So here come 2 more double crochets, also with the chain stitch in between. So up here at the top, I have crocheted a total of 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, with 1, 2, 3 chain stitches in between. And now it goes down again on the opposite side. I skip 2 chain stitches again and insert back in. and crochet another double crochet, a chain and a second double crochet. Then skip 2 chain stitches. And again a crochet stitch, and now it gets tricky. I crocheted this stitch completely once, but that's actually incorrect. I crochet into here once, crochet this stitch halfway, and now crochet on the outside here. After skipping 1 chain stitch, another second double crochet, also half, and then I crochet them together. But look, I have 3 loops on my hook, and now I pull the hook through all of them. And then I'll summarize the first row for you again. So I cast on 20 chain stitches, which you can see here, and I skipped the first 5 directly, 3 for the height, 2 here as a small gap. Then I crocheted a double crochet, skipped 2 chains, and then crocheted 2 double crochets into 1 chain with a chain in between. Again, skipped 2 chains. And then I actually crocheted 4 double crochets directly into 1 chain stitch. That is the tip here at the top, with 1, 2, 3 chain stitches in between. Then skipped 2 chain stitches again, 2 more double crochets with 1 chain stitch in between, and then I crocheted the end down here. After 2 chain stitches, I crocheted 1 double crochet, and I did not crochet this double crochet completely, only halfway, and then finished it together with the last double crochet here. And then it continues with the next row, and for that I chain 3 again, and then crochet my first double crochet, a single double crochet here around the chain of the previous row. This is my beginning. So after this first double crochet that I have just done, I go directly here into the top and crochet around the chain stitch AV, meaning a double crochet, a chain stitch, and a second double crochet. Then it goes around the central chain stitch here. 4 double crochet stitches go around it again, double crochet, chain stitch, and between the double crochet stitches, naturally the 3 chain stitches. So double crochet, chain stitch, stick, chain stitch, double crochet, chain stitch, and a 4th double crochet. So here you see the tip going upwards again. And here into the next V, I crochet another V, double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet. This is actually the V that formed the tip in the first row. Do you see here? 1 V, second V, and here in the second V comes a double crochet again. And now I only have the end lying down here. Here I crochet a half treble stitch again, and down here around the chain stitch there's a treble stitch that I now finish off together with the first half treble stitch. Now I have both half crocheted stitches on the needle and go through all at once. I now have 1, 2 V's on each side, and this starting area down below consisting of the 3 chain stitches and the double crochet, and down here the 2 double crochets work together. In the third pattern row, it continues accordingly. I crochet 3 chain stitches for the star and crochet into the first V that I have lying here. Here is where my double crochet goes in, and I start again with a single double crochet. The V's actually start at the first V in the peak of the previous row. So here around comes the first V, and then I'm already back at the tip. So you see a lot is actually worked at the tip there. 4 double crochets with 3 chain stitches in between are made. I've already done the first 2 here with the chain stitch, and then again exactly 3 double crochet stitches with the chain stitches in between. Double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet. 4 pieces with 3 chain stitches. And then here I have the second V of the tip of the previous row, and around it the next V. With the chain stitch between the double crochet stitches, and then I'm actually already in the backward movement down the hill again here, and now there are actually only the 2 double crochet stitches that I work off together, the first half, and here finish the second half together and done. It's a bit confusing because you do surprisingly little at the edges. Most of it actually happens around the 1 chain stitch. So around the 1 central chain stitch there are always 4 double crochets. And here at the edges it goes super fast. I'll show you another round. And I start again with 3 chain stitches, turn the whole thing around once, and now crochet the treble crochet here. Around the first V, then I reach the tip again, first V of the tip of the previous row, crochet a simple V into it, and then again here no chain stitch, but double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet, then actually the central chain stitch and the next 2 double crochets with a chain stitch in between. So a total of 4 double crochets and 3 chain stitches around the single chain stitch of the previous row. And now it's going downhill again. 1 more V, double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet, and then I actually only have the 2 double crochet stitches here, which are worked off together. 1, 2, and through, and now I'm done with this row. Just a little bit of adjusting. You can now see how it all develops. Here's the progression upwards, and I'll crochet a few more rows and give you an update once there's a bit of a color change. Here I have the update for you, and I've already crocheted quite a few centimeters. The scarf is now approximately 50 centimeters long, and what we can definitely see now is a change in the colors. So I have now added a light one to the dark one here. There we have it. So a lighter one has been added. Here is also a somewhat darker one. Come in with the light yarn. The difference is very, very subtle. So there are 3 shades, but distinguishing between the light and the slightly less light yarn is super difficult. With the third color, meaning the dark blue, it is then very easy. You can also see it here, so you can see the difference clearly. The other one comes, the contrast is very weak, but what you can see here now is that some slightly lighter wool has been added and the colors are now shifting slightly, and the pattern, as mentioned, is developing nicely. I always have these gradients in here, so it always goes up. Rock, you always have the small peak with the 4 bars, and I am continuing to crochet like this, and I still have a bit of yarn in front of me. And here I am now after almost 2 meters of scarf. Do you see the last row here? I still have a little leftover yarn which actually ends here in this loop, and there's actually only 1 color left here among the 6 threads. I will now completely pull out the yarn. Here the thread will be shortened and sewn in again, just like at the start too. And now we'll take another look at the progression of the yarn together. Now you can actually see when you hear Taking the 4 strands together, it's all doubled here. You can see the difference between the light tones. So there are really 3 different colors involved. The 2 light ones are just very similar. So let's take a look at it. We have the pattern here. Here we have the end piece actually in one color again, and here increasingly with the mix. And here it becomes both darker and at the same time lighter. Here, of course, most contrasting where I started with the 2 different threads that eventually develop here into one thread, into one color. A super beautiful gradient, I think, very beautiful blue tones, a nice cozy pattern. You can see here, of course, with relatively significant hole formation, but when it's gathered a bit and worn in several layers around the neck, it already looks nice. Nice and cozy, warm, and I hope you liked the scarf and had fun. If so, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to activate the bell. And we'll see each other next time at Tolle Wolle. Until then, bye.